Oh, today Senator Rubio did two things of noteworthiness. One, he gave a news conference in which he called on people to comply with the evacuation orders in the midst of our ongoing Hurricane Irma uh, down there in Florida, and also broke a record that Trump was the only one able to secure at this point, which was having a quote of his be the title of one of my videos or live streams or whichever way you might prefer to refer to it as. But when I was sitting there and kind of reading what he said, I my mind started going in all these different directions because I hate having to refer back to the same individuals when it comes to an entire branch of government. So, for example, if I make videos about senators and I just keep saying Rubio, 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 there's another 99 of them that I'm not mentioning. Or if I talk about congressmen in the House of Representatives and I only mention Chaffetz and Ryan and Pelosi, that will be me not mentioning others. And you could argue, well, the other ones aren't as significant or they're not in a position of power. But I see it as me being so stuck on that person because they're not Trump. They're not doing things actively that are going to influence the U.S. or how we deal with things abroad and our various policies here and that in other regions. So the crux of what I took away from Rubio's warning was hinged on a repeated occurrence I've noticed where individuals in government, in the case of some event, whether it be a shooting or again another natural disaster, they'll give some warning about it in a press conference or they'll make some statement, but they never make a direct outreach. What I mean by that is, obviously some states are bigger than others, but if we knew about this hurricane and it's not on short notice, I don't see why we couldn't have our senators align themselves with various members of groups that go and help people get things out of their homes and just go in there and assist with that. And look, I'm not trying to pin it on Rubio. I just think that when you're elected to an office where all you have to do normally is just sit and talk and get on TV and do the exact same thing for what is that, 6 years, potentially more. I just don't understand why they can't, because this isn't something that happens every day. It's not something that happens every year. But if this happens during your reign or your tenure, why not get involved in that way, or try to prevent what we know would be a travesty, which is the foreseeable demise of those that live in your state as a result of some occurrence, again, such as a shooting or one of these hurricanes, a blizzard. Various things can happen that are not foreseeable. Really, I guess part of the reason I put that on him, and on every other senator, is that being senator is not similar enough to being president. You don't have to worry about foreign policy. You don't have to worry about creating domestic budgets and proposals that are going to sweep across an entire country. You just have to worry about that state. And I'm not saying that's not something that's big, but the problem is when I see these senators and governors getting on television and giving interviews and then, drawing these checks, I'm not convinced they're going out of their way to try assisting those who live disadvantaged lives or are going through some major event within their own tale. And you can't sway me into believing that, because I've seen for several years those who have held elected office talk about how the world is in this horrible state of affairs And what do you see them doing? Going on television, um, writing novels for people to go pick up. I don't buy it, is what I'm conveying here. And this was not something that necessarily opened my eyes to it, but that quote really bothered me because I thought to myself, what can he do aside from just speak? Well, he could go and get involved with those who are actually trying to do something to benefit the people who are going to be impacted by this. Um, he could do really what Trump did the one time he went down to Hurricane Harvey, uh, and go to the site and assist with packing things and various activities. I swear it's as if they only care about what is on camera. They just, you never hear a story of, oh yeah, in my house this senator came and told me to get this, and no, you never hear that. They never are involved with anything that actually is going to impact you, and they can be. And I'll be seen as bashing, the senator and all the other ones. I'm not. I'm just saying this job has not been done by most members of both chambers of Congress for quite some time. It's they as a majority do not assist with much of anything.